What's happening, gang? It's your boy Retro back again with another reaction video. Yeah. Today we got another huge update, guys. We got things heating up on the set of Fox News' The Five in this next clip. Got Judge Jeanine absolutely addressing the situation head on as usual, and that's why we can enjoy and usually can get behind her takes on this channel. You know, Judge Jeanine calls the balls and the strikes pretty well, no matter whose side you're on. We've got that same situation happening here in this clip where we got Jessica Tarlov sub, coming at Judge Jeanine. We're coming at Trump with that TDS syndrome. We got Judge Jeanine, clearing the air up for her, letting her know these cases are not going anywhere very fast. Everyone's thinking on the left that these cases are going to be building up, to tarnish Trump's name ahead of the 2024 elections. We all know that these things are gearing up to get tossed out, and that's what Judge Jeanine is explaining up here in this update, guys. I'm excited to get into the clip, see exactly what Judge Jeanine has to relate to the folks. So we're gonna get straight into the clip, and I'll get my thoughts on the back end, guys. So definitely stick around to the end. So I get my thoughts on the back end, and also YouTube pushes this video out. Definitely stick around until the end, you guys. But let's get straight to the news. Before we do that, though, make sure you guys hit that like button for me, and also hit that subscribe button as we're on the road to the truth. Hop aboard for the journey. Let's get into it, y'all.
The media desperately trying to downplay the salaciousness of Stormy Daniels' hush money testimony, as legal experts warn it threatens to completely derail Alvin Bragg's case against Trump. Daniels will be back on the stand tomorrow, and after offering up explicit, tawdry testimony so raunchy that it provoked Trump's legal team to move for a mistrial and frustrated the judge who disapproved of Daniels' behavior on the stand. The liberal press is now trying to act like it's no big deal.
It wasn't so salacious. I mean, she said the missionary position, and she said the word condom. So, I mean, that was basically it.
But I mean,
yes, she painted a picture which maybe none of us want to know of.
It wasn't graphic sexually. I think what Mika's talking about, what I'm talking about, there were parts that you read and you go, oh, what's Melania thinking about it? Or, oof, what's Ivanka thinking? There were things where she got into his personal life.
Other anchors are trying to portray the porn star as Sister Stormy.
She entered wearing all black, as if on her way to a funeral. The loose-fitting, plain black clothing draping from her shoulders to her toes suggested the modesty of a nun. The makeup was minimal, the way she and the other moms in her neighborhood might look when shopping at the local grocery store.
And the Democrat lawfare lovers getting rocked by a double whammy. The porn star case, probably the only Trump trial that gets a verdict before the election. And a federal judge in Florida delaying classified documents indefinitely over a myriad of issues. And it looks like Loverboy is in for a rough ride, because Furious Fanny's about to go nuclear. A Georgia court will take up Trump's appeal of the Willis disqualification ruling, possibly delaying the election case. Marie, I'll start with you.
Please, Jesse, thank you for giving me that chance.
Is this mistrial territory? Not that you care, because you just want something to happen before the election, but, oh my goodness, how raunchy was it?
I don't think this is mistrial territory. The judge has already said that he wishes things had gone differently yesterday, but I'm sure Judge Jeanine will disagree with me.
She already did with her
I can
eyes.
feel it. I can feel it. But look, I keep saying, Democrats have said the whole time, we think voters should have all the information about the classified documents case, about the Georgia election interference cases. We think voters should have all that information and adjudicated before Election Day. That's important in our democracy. And I think it is frustrating to many people that this may be the only case, not because we're out to get Trump, but because these are serious allegations, serious indictments, and voters should have all the facts. And unfortunately, for a number of reasons, they probably won't.
Right.
Well, it doesn't take away that Donald Trump has been indicted with over 80 criminal charges that are quite serious.
Right. Well, voters, and Donald Trump is a voter, also deserves due process. That's important in a democracy or a republic. I bet you didn't even know we were a republic.
Oh, my gosh, Jeff. We could both take the U.S. citizenship test and see who did better.
That's fine.
That's
fine. I know it because I've memorized it for Man on the Streets. Judge Jeanine, she says no mistrial. What do you say?
First of all,
just threw her pen.
I just threw my pen. Everybody gets it. They all know me out there. Here's the thing. Mershon is blaming everything on the defense attorneys. He is saying, quote, he criticized the defense attorneys for not objecting enough. Now, why would he do that? Because he's trying to preserve himself for the appeal, trying to signal to the appellate judges it was their fault. But here's the problem. What's amazing is that the defense team objected to nearly every question. They objected to the testimony at large. They objected to the fact that it was irrelevant, that it was not probative, and that it was purely prejudicial a decade before the alleged crime that occurred on 2017. Now, when he comes out and he says, I'm surprised that there weren't more objections, and I think there were things better left unsaid. Judge, if you had any idea what you were doing, you would have stopped it. You would have called them up to the bench. You would have issued a curative limiting instruction right then and there, and you would have agreed to a mistrial, because I will bet my house, Jesse, this case is going to be reversed on appeal, starting with the judge not recusing himself. But this stuff, and it wasn't just missionary position, there was a lot more, and I'm not going to get into it, but there's a lot more, and I'll bet Greg gets into it, okay, that this jury should never have heard. They should never have been subjected to it. But remember, there are two juries here. There's a courtroom jury, and there is America, the political jury. This prosecutor is not playing to the courtroom. The prosecutor is playing to the American jury.
Dana P.
I would agree with that. And the thing is that the burning question at issue is, was it a legal expense or not? And they want to put him away for 136 years. It's very serious for President Trump and his team, his family, the cost of it, his supporters. But also, sometimes I look at it and go, is this real life? Are we actually having to talk about this? Because if I were on the jury, I would say, I cannot believe, one, that I had to listen to Stormy Daniels. If it's irrelevant. And two, I don't like, why am I missing work? Why am I having to sit here? If you don't even know what the crime is, Mr. Prosecutor, I would be furious. I'd want to go home.
Yep. And Trump can't campaign 4 days a week because of it, Greg.
I love that this event with Stormy happened almost 2 decades ago, yet we're having this trial just months before the election. But no, we're not out to get Trump. It just so happens it falls during this time. And no, the number of charges is irrelevant if they're all the same charges. 80 times 0 is still 0. By the way, I always thought the missionary position is when you pray for sex. All right. Here's some things. I'm going to get into the salacious details. I apologize in advance. I love how Joe Scarborough says he was worrying about what Melania hears. Yeah, right. Save it, you phony. Stormy claims that she blacked out in this tryst with Trump, but she wasn't on any drugs or alcohol. You blacked out without drugs or alcohol. Some of us call that sleeping. Now, it could be that you really blacked out after having sex with Trump, which is a compliment. Truly, he screwed the brains out of her.
Oh, God.
That makes him a sex god. I love that the big criticism, the juicy tidbit, Trump has separate bedrooms. I have an unspeakable truth for you. If you are lucky enough to have a guest bedroom, that often becomes a second bedroom. It's called the snoratorium. Not the testament to a bad marriage. It's the fact that there are sleep disturbances. When you're married to somebody for a while and somebody snores, they go to the other room. This, of course, presupposes that Trump sleeps, and we know he only sleeps in court. But what I love about the Dems, they asked for a circus, and they got one. The problem is they're the ones getting beclowned. Everything that I've heard makes Trump more sympathetic, more likable. And do you have a context at all for a tryst between a porn star and a billionaire? Do you have anything to compare this against? Stormy called it an imbalance of power. Well, duh. That's why you met him. If he were a mechanic, if he was a high school teacher, you wouldn't have run up and slept with him. It was all about the power. It was all about the imbalance. That's how this transaction works when you're a porn star.
Sex god.
Sex god.
Yo, there we have it, guys. Oh my goodness, this thing is turned into an absolute clown show. As we're seeing this gearing up for a complete mistrial, seeing a lot of, Trump's cases gearing up to be tossed out with a big delayance on Jack Smith's case, rain on his parade. We've got DA Fani Willis gearing up, new fronts being launched, investigations and charges being brought about on her for her wrongdoings as a district attorney. And now we've got DA Alvin Bragg's case gearing up to get itself, turned into a mistrial because of the hush money witness Stormy Daniels getting up there on stand and absolutely tarnishing the reputation of DA Alvin Bragg's case. I mean, he's kind of tried to build this thing up to be, a reputable case, but then she's tearing this thing all down with her testimonies, including lots of information that had nothing to do with this hush money case, things that happened, decades prior. Stormy Daniels is bringing up very explicit things, making everyone uncomfortable in the courtroom and not making things good for DA Alvin Bragg whatsoever with his case. Then we got the new Jessica Tarlov absolutely getting flamed up, where she's trying to go to say that, this is normal court proceedings. Donald Trump, should be brought about on, 80-some charge. All these charges should be brought about against Donald Trump because he is a criminal. And it's only right that the voters see Donald Trump, tried and on trial before election day this year, because that's how they're going to get a fair judgment of whether or not they should vote for him or not. Then we got Judge Jeanine coming and slamming down on her because, come on now, how could you say that? They're bringing about all these charges on Donald Trump, wrongfully. And due process is a thing. They have to let these court cases play out. And the way they've been playing out, I mean, we've seen what just happened with Jack Smith, the things getting tossed out. We've seen, New York Attorney General Letitia James, the appeals court slamming down on her big judgment. I mean, truly, when will these figures of the left wake up, be able to see past those TDS blinders, that none of these cases are doing what they think they're doing to Donald Trump. Inside the courtroom, they're, tying him up really nicely, not able to, get out there and campaign over half of the week, but still he's able to campaign through these cases, bringing about, mass support from lots of Americans just by seeing these witch hunts and charade cases he's having to sit through in court. He could be doing something way better with his time, maybe something like, I don't know, campaigning. But now we've got these cases, all toppling over, flipping on top of their head. We're seeing them all down one by one like little dominoes, guys. Definitely hop in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts on this. And though we're seeing Stormy Daniels hopping on that stand, absolutely tearing it up for the district attorney Alvin Bragg. I mean, his case is already pretty shaky, and she hasn't made it any better, guys. Definitely hop in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts, guys. Do you think we're seeing this thing heading towards a mistrial or no? Definitely let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Also, make sure you guys hit that share button. Share this out to as many Facebook friends as possible, guys. Share the truth. Also, make sure you guys hit that like button. It doesn't cost one thing, guys. Hit that like button for your boy, and also hit that subscribe button, guys. We're on the road to the truth. Hop aboard for the journey. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Go.